The era of the 1980s in the United States was a curious period. Malls witnessed scuffles over Cabbage Patch dolls, those peculiar baby dolls with distinct names and adoption certificates. Interestingly, a president emerged from the world of acting rather than politics, a phenomenon that seems less peculiar in retrospect. Smoking was permitted in both restaurants and airplanes, and people depended on paper maps instead of mobile phones to navigate. Despite the idiosyncratic events and trends of the time, nostalgia remains the most enchanting spice, transforming everything it touches, regardless of its initial flavor. Exploring the significant culinary trends and products of the era reveals some truly remarkable phenomena, from a time when large shoulder pads and even larger hairstyles seemingly had a collective influence on public taste and sentiment. Number 1. Orange Julius. It's the year 1985. The local mall, particularly the food court, stands as the ultimate teenage hangout. Sparrow, Panda Express, and Auntie Anne's define the culinary landscape of the time, while the now elusive Orange Julius reigns as the preferred mall beverage. Despite hitting its peak in the 1980s, Orange Julius boasts a history spanning decades. The origin of this business traces back to a Los Angeles orange juice stand with a vision to create a creamier, gentler drink on the stomach. Founded in 1926 by owner Julius Freed and real estate agent Bill Hamlin, the inception of this creamy elixir was a response to a sensitive stomach. From its humble beginning, the velvety orange concoction meandered through state fairs before finding a home in shopping malls nationwide. Remarkably, Orange Julius held the title of the official drink of the 1964 World's Fair. However, the late 80s saw the brand acquired by Dairy Queen, ushering in an era of artificial ingredients instead of the once freshly squeezed juice. Fast forward to 2023, and DQ is gradually phasing out the beverage altogether, anchoring its sweet blend of vanilla and orange juice firmly in the food courts of yesteryear rather than the contemporary landscape. Number 2. Hi-C Ecto Cooler. Those fortunate enough to secure a seat at the cool kids table in the 1980s undoubtedly remember that if it wasn't Squeeze-Its, the beverage of choice radiated the neon green glow of Hi-C Ecto Cooler. Easily identifiable by its rectangular juice box, adorned with the infamous Ghostbusters Slimer and its unique orange and tangerine juice-like flavor, crafted mainly from sugars. The unsettlingly green drink proudly declared its 10% fruit juice content on every label. As the 90s approached, Slimer gracefully exited the scene, prompting a brand makeover that rebranded the same flavor as Shoutin' Orange Tangerine. Ecto Cooler made a recent comeback, offering a limited edition giveaway in tandem with the release of Ghostbusters Afterlife. The 12-ounce plastic bottles featured a Slimer-esque character on the cover. Unfortunately, this was merely a cameo, and both the character and the beverage swiftly vanished from store shelves. Yet, the flavor and vivid hue linger as indelible imprints in the nostalgic recollections of every schoolgoer from that era. Number 3. Sizzlean. While Sizzlean may be an unfamiliar name to many today, it was a staple in households throughout the 70s and 80s, gracing numerous breakfast tables. Outed as a healthier substitute for bacon during that era, Sizzlean boasted a lower fat content than its pork belly counterpart, coupled with a purported jerky-like texture. The credit for Sizzlean's reduced fat content goes to the transformative properties of turkey meat. This leaner option was blended with pork and beef to craft bacon-like strips, retaining a substantial size even after cooking. Subsequently, an all-beef variant entered the market, surprisingly maintaining the turkey presence while bidding farewell to pork. The brand took pride in reassuring customers about the authenticity of its product, emphasizing its use of real meat without resorting to soy or other alternatives that might find greater appeal in today's market. Number 4. Jolt Cola. Introduced to the world in 1985, Jolt Cola gained fame for its pulse-quickening caffeine content, accompanied by a generous dose of sugar, designed to set your mind and body abuzz with an artificial surge of vitality. Preceding the array of energy drinks that would later flood the market, Jolt essentially played the role of the 80s Red Bull, Monster, or Prime. It emerged as a response to the dominance of artificially sweetened diet drinks in the carbonated beverage landscape. In 2009, Jolt faced bankruptcy, failing to meet the anticipated sales of 90 million cans featuring a specially ordered design. Experiencing a brief resurgence in 2017, Jolt made an exclusive appearance at Dollar General before gradually vanishing from view, leaving only sporadic sightings on eBay. This, frankly, should prompt some scrutiny regarding the suitability of these products for consumption. Number 5. Carnation Breakfast Bar. For those struggling to rise early enough for breakfast before dashing out the door, the memory of Carnation's breakfast bars might evoke a sense of nostalgia. These chocolate-covered granola bars, rich in protein and fortified with essential nutrients, made their official debut in the mid-70s, but gained more prominence during the 1980s and early 90s before fading away. In an era when eating on the go was a relatively novel trend, Carnation's nutrient-packed shakes also stood out, often marketed as meal replacements for the dieters of that time. Efforts were made to revive the breakfast bars twice, first in the mid-90s, but the increasingly competitive market prevented the product from gaining enough traction to remain a viable option. A second attempt occurred in 2014, yet, based on reviews, the flavors failed to resonate as deeply as the cherished memories of nostalgia. Number 6. Taco Bell Enchirito. Undecided patrons at Taco Bell during the 1980s found solace in the brand's amalgam creation, a culinary Frankenstein that spared them the agony of choosing between an enchilada and a burrito. The cherished Enchirito, a fan favorite, has lingered in the collective memory for 4 decades. Crafted from a soft flour tortilla, cradling a medley of beef, beans, and onions, elegantly rolled and drenched in red sauce, topped with a generous layer of melted cheese, the Enchirito stood proudly as a Taco Bell mainstay until its removal from the menu in 2013. Its popularity, coupled with fervent demands for a revival, led to a brief but dazzling reappearance, capturing national headlines. Regrettably, every delightful saga must meet its conclusion. While the official Taco Bell menu no longer boasts this hybrid delight that doesn't thwart resourceful enthusiasts, crafting a satisfactory alternative involves ordering a burrito supreme with extra side sauces, or exploring options at alternative establishments such as Baja Fresh or Chewy's. For the adventurous, conjuring a personalized version at home with beef enchiladas becomes a tantalizing possibility. Number 7. McDonald's deep-fried apple pies. The scorching warmth inside a McDonald's deep-fried apple pie remains a mystery to today's youngsters. While it rivaled the sun's surface in tongue-scorching potential, for those unwilling to exercise patience, the risk was deemed worthwhile. The contemporary baked iteration, touted as safer and supposedly healthier, falls short in comparison. Back in the 1940s, McDonald's introduced the pie as an individual slice, not something easily portable. It only took the form of a turnover-like shape, suitable for the deep, fat fryer in the late 1960s, ensuring the filling stayed intact. Served in a cardboard sleeve to shield hands, it became a perilous endeavor for tongues and the roof of mouths prone to burns. As the US careened into the low-fat, Snackwells-filled epoch of the early 90s, the deep-fried apple pie faced the chopping block, replaced by its ostensibly healthier baked counterpart, a change that endures. While deep-fried alternatives now grace menus at Popeyes, Hardee's, and other fast food joints, they are absent from the iconic golden arches. Number 8. Good humor fat frogs. The golden days when, in the sunnier seasons, right after dinner concluded, the familiar melody of the ice cream van would serenade its way through the neighborhood. Children would dash barefoot out of their homes, parents following closely with their wallets in tow. The top picks in that vicinity included options like an ice cream sandwich, creamsicle, a chocolate or strawberry good humor bar, or the timeless fat frog. Unfortunately, in today's menu, the fat frog is notably absent. Fat frogs embodied a fruity, ice cream-like flavor, with an added delight from the frog's 2 vibrant bubble gumball eyes. The challenge was attempting to savor the gumballs until the end without the remaining fruity fat frog, succumbing to the inevitable meltdown, creating a delightful but messy predicament. Mastering the art of enjoying the frozen treat became a true rite of passage. It's crucial not to mistake these fat frog delights with their Irish counterparts, a wine cooler-esque drink marketed towards teenagers, and separately, another variety of discontinued frozen treat that has sparked a wave of nostalgia, with fervent pleas to reintroduce them to the market. Number 9. Five Alive. The 80s witnessed the emergence of various peculiar beverages, ranging from Jolt to Crystal Pepsi, High C to Five Alive. Originally introduced in the late 70s under the Minute Maid brand, Five Alive was the juice concoction of 5 citrus fruits: orange, lemon, lime, tangerine, and grapefruit, packaged in cartons or concentrated frozen containers for home preparation. Manufactured by Coca-Cola, Five Alive later expanded its repertoire to include alternative flavors like peach citrus, tropical citrus, and berry citrus in specific North American regions. While challenging to come by in contemporary US markets, a dedicated enthusiast stumbled upon a carton at his local Kroger in Kentucky. However, the juice appears to have been largely phased out across the US, with limited availability persisting in Canada. Pinpointing the exact time and reason for its discontinuation remains elusive. Some speculate that the introduction of the competing Fruitopia, launched in the mid-90s under the Minute Maid brand, could have played a strategic or inadvertent role in the demise of Five Alive. Number 10. Bonkers. Bonkers was an indulgent delight of the 80s, a chewy, fruity candy with a rectangular shape, lovingly crafted by Nabisco. Beyond their delectable taste, they etched themselves into memory, with commercials featuring perilous cascades of giant fruit ready to bonk you out. Their satisfyingly soft texture and hefty proportions, reminiscent of Hubba Bubba gum, provided ample joy with each bite, yielding a burst of fruity goodness. Available in a variety of flavors like watermelon, grape, orange, cherry, and the less fruity but equally enticing chocolate Bonkers, came in individual packets, each candy carefully wrapped. However, as the commercials faded away, so did the candy's popularity, necessitating continuous marketing efforts for survival. By the late 90s, Bonkers had vanished from shelves altogether, leaving disappointed fans in its wake. In 2012, Leaf Brands took the reins, attempting to revive this cherished candy for a brief but memorable reunion in the summer of 2018. After one final explosion of fruity nostalgia, the brand quietly slipped away, now existing solely in recollection and archived commercials accessible on platforms like YouTube.